We are live
Woo!
from the
Yeah,
Strength
baby.
Shop.
We got the door open.
We have the door open.
Yeah!
We've had a long enough hiatus that the sun is now out. It's beautiful.
It's a little chilly, but you run hot, so you're in a
I
t-shirt.
run hot, so we're good. But no, it's, you know what? The weather's too nice. When you live in Manitoba, as soon as that grass is
yesterday-
visible and the sun is up, you're taking it.
We had 3 inches of snow.
Yeah, it's all
We had a
gone
lot
today.
of snow yesterday. Yesterday
Yeah.
morning, it was snowing full on, and I'm like, the yard was just like this, and then it started snowing, and I thought, great, we're back again.
Yeah, well, you
And
put some grass seed down too, didn't you?
Yeah, I put grass seed down. I'm like, okay,
First
perfect.
day,
Yeah.
first day of the melt, you put grass seed out.
Yeah, I put the grass seed down, and then I was
was just-
teasing because the cat loves eating birds. So I'm like, oh man, we are putting the bait out for the cat. That's for sure. And
goodness.
sure enough, this morning you had a cat. Did you see that Snapchat?
No, I don't think
Oh,
so.
she might not have
Hey,
sent it to you guys, but there's a cat dismembered right by the inside the gazebo. He goes
Oh,
through the cat
goodness.
door and puts it,
In the
just
gazebo.
destroys it in the gazebo. There's feathers everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, it's bad.
But, well, so yeah, the hiatus has been long enough that it's now beautiful spring. Unfortunately, you were sick, and then I was in a NyQuil-induced coma for 3 days. I've not been that sick in years.
You
Shelby's
disappeared on
got
me.
it.
I had to text him and be like, "Are you alive, bro?"
No, I was not alive.
Usually the memes are just
Well,
rolling.
it was funny, though, because now Shelby's got it.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like, oh, do you just have a man cold? And I'm like,
Oh, that's
"Just
what
you
happened.
wait."
Karma.
And now she's got it. She's
for
like,
her.
so
She
she says to me,
deserves
she goes, I'm sorry I made fun of you. I'm like, that's what I was waiting for. I'll make you super.
I need to get the gratification of the
I
apology.
needed the moment, you know?
That's for sure.
But yeah, so we're back. Quite a bit's actually happened since we've been back. We had the Novice show out at Iron
did.
Image this past weekend.
I feel like I've had a mic in my face for more hours this week than I have in a long time.
I was going to say, yeah.
I think I was 4 hours just about.
It was 3.5 we ran.
Yeah.
You might have had a little longer on the commentary, but
Yeah, the commentary was good. It was fun.
show went really well.
Show went awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Way more people than I thought. I thought it was going to be smaller numbers, but it seemed like it was adequate
It
numbers.
was very busy, and I mean, speaking because I was at the one at Training Grounds last year,
Yep.
it was cramped in there. It was cramped. It was cramped in Iron Image.
Oh, yeah.
And Iron Image is
People, I was trying to get through to find
certain.
certain people, and I'm like, I felt like I was at a concert.
Yeah, no, it was very, very busy in there. I know Tom snuck up to his loft there and
Did you watch
watched
from a
the
bird's eye
carnage
view?
from the bird's eye view in his lazy boy. But my boy Cam Chorney, is a member at Iron Image, good
Yeah, he
buddy
did
of me
very
and
well.
Tom's.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just decided he wanted to do it. So I put together an 8-week program for anyone from Iron Image who wanted to do it just for free. So
Yeah.
Luke and Cam both took that on.
Yeah.
Our other buddy Garrett was doing it until he can custom self 2 days out. So is what it is. But
Yeah.
Cam represented.
Was he at least lifting when he concussed himself?
I'm honestly not sure. I think he works a pretty physical job. So
Okay. He's concussed one way or another.
yeah, other ways he's bonked. We found out because Shelby saw his girlfriend at the market.
Oh, okay.
So
Did she buy a leash at least? Or a dog collar?
I think so, yeah. But yeah, so Cam, that's now 2 years in a row we've had Iron Image on the podium. So that means a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, who was-
Literally a little bit, but
Yeah, the Iron Age guy.
I will
Cam,
say
was also Cam.
Also Cam, yeah.
Yeah.
Podium heavy on Cams, and I think the
Yeah.
other guy was just some random dude.
Darcy, that was the guy that was trying to buy my log, and then I brought him to Iron
was-
Image.
oh.
That was Darcy. Yeah.
So a fan of the podcast.
Yeah. No. He's not a fan of the podcast
Oh.
yet. That was Drew, the guy that actually bought the log.
Drew really bought the log.
I threw the
Okay.
log out there as a feeler to recruit people.
I see how it goes.
No, he had texted me randomly. It was funny, and he's like, "Oh, like something about." We started talking about the log, and I said, "Like, are you interested in strongman for whatever through Facebook Marketplace of all things?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I love strongman or whatever." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Have you ever competed?" He's like, "Well, no." And I'm like, there's like a full ring of strongman in Manitoba, right?" He's like, "No, I didn't know."
So he was going to buy a
Yeah.
log, being completely unaware we have a strongman
Yeah,
scene.
100%.
I love that.
That's what it seemed
But
like
you know,
anyway.
it's-
If I remember
man.
the conversation correctly, I might be a little bit wrong there, but he was definitely unaware of how much there was available.
But
to
it's
random people.
wild. It's wild to me to think that, like, because we think of strongman and how much it's growing,
Yeah.
but there are still people in the province who are fans of strongman who
Yeah,
don't know
who
we have
don't know.
strongman.
And this guy was built for it. As soon as he
Dude,
came
he
with
was
the girl that
dude.
won, Kim,
Yes,
the gymnastics girl or whatever. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
into mixed martial arts, jiu-jitsu, whatever, all that stuff. She was an Olympic lifter, just a natural athlete. And they're both out of Portage, Uptown Fitness, I believe, in Portage. But yeah, I just told him or whatever, and I sent him a couple of screenshots for Tolstoy and the Novice show, and he's like, "Oh, sweet." And then he signed up for the Novice show right away, and then he come out that day, and he was absolutely hooked.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah, he was absolutely
I missed
hooked,
that day because that was when I was working.
Yeah, me and Joss and Michelle, I think, and yeah, and them two came. And as soon as he walked in, I'm like, "Oh, this guy's jacked.
Thick.
He's jacked. Yeah, he's 236 or something like that. Jacked." I'm like, he's gonna be a good. No, 36.
Okay, well, almost masters.
Almost, yeah.
Almost masters.
Yeah, but he has that.
Well, it's good though
master.
because he'll have a couple of years of ramping up and learning, and he'll come in a prepared masters.
Yeah, and he's completely in love. Like almost every night, I get a text or a video, or
That's great.
So now he's signed up for Tolstoy too.
Did you see that 50 people signed up for Tolstoy?
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah,
Because last year was 30 some.
Banging on 40. Yeah,
There's getting but another 10 people. Like that was a cramped show.
and I looked at the list. Like, there's a lot of people on there that I know.
Well, yeah. I mean, we know almost everybody at this point.
Well, I thought there might be a lot of newer ones, just not. You know, your boy Tyler's in there, Clinton
coming down from
Ryder,
the
Trevor
Yukon.
Jaworski, your Cam, Blaine Cheadle, Boone, Nicole,
Cam signed up?
Cam Richie Ross.
No,
that's Iron Age Cam.
That's Iron Age Cam.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other Cam didn't sign up?
He's a farmer. So he's pulling a pat on us.
Like this whole column, I know pretty much everybody in that whole column. Jeffrey, Martin, Rob Snow, Nathan, Kelly, Evan Jaworski, Emma.
It's cool to see Rob and Nathan hopping in because they've been powerlifting as long as I can remember.
Yeah.
But it's nice to
Yeah,
see
big
them.
Nate,
I mean,
yeah.
Nate's built for it.
He is. We got to work on his conditioning, his speed.
Well, yeah.
And we got to teach him how to use straps. He still
my
killed the
goodness.
deadlift and probably had 4 more in him with straps. Or
So, I mean, I will say the nice thing about the novice show this year is it was more of a novice competition.
It was
think
truly
everyone
novice, yeah.
this year or last year kind of just overlooked the fact that myself, Brian, Florian, and Ladanian probably shouldn't have been in that show.
well, I think even
I think it went
wasn't
down to,
Chris
like,
in
the
there
top.
too.
Lambert was
in there too, and he's no stranger to strength
no,
sports.
so
either.
there
That
was
heavy.
quite a few
That one you
people.
almost should have had a novice heavy just for you guys that were better, because dummying a 400-pound
thing
axle
is
deadlift
that-
was.
Well, the thing is, I really had to go the whole minute. They scored one by like 7 reps because he wouldn't let me put it
You
down.
didn't even get anybody back. You didn't get revenge.
No, I'm a nice guy. Dan was the head ref, so I let him handle all of that. But no, it was a really good show. It was nice to see people come out, like kids supporting a huge teen division. I guess Dan's got his that First Nations collaborative thing that he's been doing out of Iron Age with
pretty
one
awesome.
of the. So yeah, they
I
had
didn't
a
even know
whole
that
bunch
was
of
a thing.
teenagers.
So, yeah, stuff like that's.
But so even then, like, they're just posting about it, right? I knew about it because Iron Age posted about it a while ago, and I asked Dan about it. But again, like,
I'd
didn't
be
really hear
interested
anything
to go
about
and
it.
hang out too.
Oh, it was,
stuff
yeah,
like
it
that,
was good times. But I guess he was working with a bunch of Indigenous youth and stuff and teaching them the strength sports.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's pretty
Stuff
darn
that,
cool.
stuff that they maybe don't have access to, or
Well,
because
exactly.
strongman is a little bit niche. Regular gym stuff is not niche, like your
No,
your
you
regular,
can get generally strong,
Yeah.
but it's like touching
Yeah,
influence
you can go
and
to
stuff.
your
So apparently they were
whatever,
running that
chest
out
press
of,
machines.
out of Iron Age there, so Dan had a fun time with that.
That's
And
awesome.
Yeah, a whole bunch of the kids.
Yeah, you could see that
came
was a
out.
passion project for him. He was right in there when those guys came up. He
yeah.
was like,
Well, he's asking me, he's like, "Can you like help them strap up and stuff?" I'm
Yeah.
like, you didn't teach them to strap up, Dan. Like, what the heck, man? So
"Well, they
I
had a
don't know- I
lot.
don't know
They
how
had a
much-
lot to learn.
Yeah.
They definitely had a lot to learn."
You'd think strapping in would be one of the things you learn.
It's amazing how strapping in is difficult for a lot of people.
Yeah, to be fair, we take it for granted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm using straps for 10 years, but
Yeah, I feel like I used straps the first time I walked in the gym. I don't know why, but
yeah, I feel like
They-
it was
they
something you
seem-
learned pretty early on.
when I was young, it seemed like that was what the strong guys were doing because they were
Well,
lifting
you-
so much that they couldn't even hang on to it.
You'd strap it and you'd grab the 200-pound dumbbell row and you do some crappy croc rows.
Yeah,
and that was your.
I'd strap in on the rack and the deadlifts there and walk out and then slam it on the floor a few times. And, oh yeah, 3 plates. Whoa.
Cringing. But I mean,
So cringy. I thought all the girls were watching.
yeah,
they
they
weren't
weren't watching.
No, they don't care.
No, neither do the guys.
That 315, the guys don't care. 6, 7 plates there. Okay, the guys.
they care.
Then you have all the boyfriends in the world.
Yeah,
You're so
exactly.
strong.
Yeah, you're being
Like that meme or that video today. Was it Shelby sent that
Oh,
one?
yeah.
It's 100% true. You don't end up
it's
with girls
100%
hanging off
true.
you, hang out with a bunch of boys hanging off
just
you.
a bunch of dudes. There's a bunch of guys being dudes.
Yeah,
it's good times.
bro talk. It's pretty
But
fun.
yeah, I mean, so log went pretty well. I thought Cam would win that one just because like he's an Olympic lifter background.
Yeah.
But the technique he was using was, I watched him do it a couple weeks out, and I'm like,
He was doing it the week before too.
well,
And
I
I'm
said,
like,
I was
where'd
like,
that come
I said,
from?
I'm like, does that feel secure? And he's like, feels really normal. I'm like, Doesn't like not pain anywhere, no bicep, nothing. He's like, nope. I'm like,
Just straight.
go for it.
Yeah,
and
hip
actually,
checking it.
Kim did something similar.
Kim did it. Yeah.
Where it was like it's light enough for them to do it.
Yeah.
Now, again, if they wanted to continue competing, but I hope they do.
Well, once the weight gets heavier, you can't.
You're
do
not
that. Yeah.
that's power cleaning the lug up to your chest. But the deadlift went pretty well. And so, again, I'm not
the
sure.
teen boys log. I think we got to up that a
The
little
teen boys in Manitoba are getting way too strong.
bit. Yeah, because they were just literally bouncing it and like
Honestly,
Rider-esque of Tolstoy.
The teen girl weight for Natasha there. Like,
Yeah.
she's too strong
yeah.
for the novice weights now.
Yeah.
Or the teen girl weights. Like
Yeah.
we need to give her some more load, and not because that's just what the teen girl standard
I think she
but
could have jumped in
she's-
with the
I think she could have
Yeah.
jumped in with the open ladies for sure. I mean, she's strong enough to
Very
do it.
much.
She had a blast.
Yeah, and she's been practicing. I think she's got probably 2 years of
She
practice.
competed
Yeah.
she's done 2 years now.
Brick
and I
House,
mean,
they're there all the time at Brick House, and her dad.
It's kind of a family endeavor for them.
Yeah,
so.
they set up a little spot at their camper in Lilac.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
they
so
live
that's their
outside.
place.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what
yeah.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
But
Em goes
no,
out there.
honestly,
Martin goes out there. A bunch of people went out there.
Where does Martin not go?
That's
The
true.
Arnold.
Hey, you want to go to Texas? Martin would be like, sure.
Yeah, not the Arnold though.
Not the
Martin.
Arnold, Martin, because he just hangs out with his cool.
He's gonna go to
friends.
Colorado.
Yeah,
He's gonna go to Colorado to visit people, but couldn't come to.
got
the
a good deal
Arnold.
on tickets though, or flights, $200 and something bucks return. He's getting the
I'm
evil
not
eye.
over it.
Martin's probably just sitting in his at the
Trembling.
gym right now. He's like, something feels weird.
He's
You're getting the
feeling
evil
disturbance
eye,
in the force.
Martin.
Yeah, it was pain. So that was good. So Tyler, we did a couple of sandbags. And then Tyler kind of walked by, and I looked at him. I was like, "Tyler." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Never getting." He's like, "Oh, absolutely not."
I was just like, oh no, this is a terrible. I'm like, somebody's hitting that duckbird. The
Only
first
one.
bag thrown.
Only one.
The first bag
Just
thrown.
Natasha, too strong for her own good.
The
She
sandbag
beamed it.
was the most
That
entertaining.
the one kid who just looked like Trailer Park Ryder with the pit bulls.
Yeah,
Pit
pit
Vipers.
vipers.
He looked like Ryder.
Yeah.
With pit vipers on. I'm like, what the heck? It's like Trailer Park Boys Ryder.
Yeah,
But
he competed last year.
well, I told
He
him,
needs to just go up.
I
into
told
the
him, I was like,
regular.
you need to compete. I'm like, because like you're.
He has. I think he
he's
did open
close.
shows last
But I
year,
mean,
too.
he needs to go. I don't think he did.
I think he did with
By the
Ryder,
way,
no?
he needs to. No, he didn't do teams with Ryder.
Oh, okay.
Because he would have given Ryder a run for his
Yeah,
money.
he would have
And Ryder
definitely,
just walked over the field last year.
Okay, so it was him and Bosco.
That would have been him and Bosco the novice show last
Yeah.
year, and then I just found Ryder later in the year.
Right, that's true.
But man, he's a strong kid, and I think he would be a Ryder-esque force if he were to do the whole season and go to
yeah.
nationals.
Yeah.
And I talked to him and his dad, and I said, I'm like, I had a client last year who went to nationals and finished third.
Yeah.
You are that level of strength. You
Yeah.
need to consider doing this.
Yeah.
So hopefully he signs up.
Yeah.
If he happens to see this, sign up. Hopefully.
Yep.
Just some really, really strong teen boys.
Yeah. So strong that we needed a goaltender at the other end for the sandbags.
Well, let's say Jeremy got to work out there.
his eyes just about popped out of his head. The first one, he had the goaltender catch. He's jumping from this side, knocking him down, jumping to this side, knocking him down. Because
Yeah.
that mirror would have
If,
been destroyed.
If your rec league soccer team needs a goalie, Jeremy Martin
An
might
adult,
be.
large, fairly overweight goaltender.
Not Jeremy Martin. Jeremy Baker.
Jeremy Baker,
Jeremy
yeah.
Baker is your
Hit him
guy.
up, yeah.
he's your guy for all your goaltending needs.
Yeah. That's roughly the size of a soccer ball, that sandbag.
Yeah.
And he was grabbing them.
Honestly, I think if he'd been a net, Ovechkin would have had to wait again.
100%, yeah.
No,
That
it was good.
just, like,
So,
wild,
but yeah,
yeah.
Tyler and I was looking. We're like, this is never happening
No,
again.
yeah. Unless you make the bags heavy enough with like a 12-foot bar or something that it's
Yeah.
just too heavy to throw.
I know the Farmers, they're about the same as last year. I think everyone finished.
Yep. Which is nice because then it helps the
Which is
loaders.
nice. I
'cause-
know those new handles were tearing the floor up pretty good.
Yeah,
So
we
we
had
just
to
swapped
ditch
the
those.
handles there. But not before Iron Age radio producer extraordinaire
Denzel had quite an entertaining show for.
decided to take, I can't even call it a dive, but he just stopped moving his legs.
I swear he went lights out. He laid there. I watched the
must
video last
have.
night. I watched pretty much the whole show again last night just to see if I sound like an idiot or not. But me and Josh just kept rewinding it. And we're like, no, he's for sure passed out. Like he had like 2 seconds of he didn't move, and both his arms are
he was
back.
just
Like
there.
most people would be like, moving or whatever. And there was Denzel, I'm sure. And then he kind of was like dazed when he got just grabs some things and goes again.
It was a full
That was like a Max Boudreau-esque.
yeah, just like
like
"Get
just a
off
couple
me."
seconds, just like lights out for a second. Or no, I'm good, bro. Grabs the handles. Let's
Did
go.
you see Shelby made that edit to the to the song.
Oh,
just with him falling repeatedly.
Yeah, or the one with, what did you have, Ralphie?
Yeah,
Going
the
through the
Simpsons kid
window.
going through the window.
Taste your
like-
own medicine, Denzel.
Yeah, it was a wonderful, wonderful meeting. Thank you for
But he was
giving
fast,
us
yeah.
that. He was quick. Yeah, he was quick. So, no, it was really good.
I'd have to look at the points because I feel like he got a lot of good points. So he ended up 9th, but I feel like he was banging on the door with a few more
For
higher
how
than him.
nervous he was and for how light a guy he is, he did very, very,
Very well, yeah. Weight class for him, weight class would be, he would do fine.
Oh, he'd do great.
do fine,
If it's something he wants to do, which,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't.
Well, it's clear that he put in the time to learn because his log was like,
It looked fantastic.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm watching. I'm going, wow, you've done a lot. And then his sandbag throw. I texted him after. I'm like, there's no way you haven't
You've
been
never
throwing
done that,
sandbags
yeah.
for a year.
Yeah.
He just grabbed and whipped and whipped. I was jaw dropping.
Well,
I'm
no,
like, what
that's
is
where
happening right now?
that's where Cam really lost points. I was kind of getting
Oh,
after him as
he
he
did
let it
lose a lot
flip.
there. Yeah.
And I'm like, no man, just tension. And
Yeah.
it's a shame because as soon as he realized, oh, don't let it flip, it was boom, 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 boom.
He
But if
farted
had
around with
not-
the first
if he
two,
had
and then
not
boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
No, it was just the first bag.
Okay.
He missed the first one twice, flipping
Yeah.
it, and I'm like, no, if he just got it one bag earlier, he probably would have won that event. He was cruising.
Oh yeah,
But,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so the sandbag, I mean, other than a couple guys, having
Denzel
really good
did win. He did
performances,
win the event.
Denzel did win the event, which was pretty cool. Yeah,
No, that was awesome.
yeah, no, honestly,
Everything he did, he looked like a seasoned veteran strongman. He definitely didn't look
yeah.
novice.
Well, let's not say that because he'll get
Yeah, we better not pump him up about it too much there. Denzel, you suck.
yeah terrible. Stick to producing.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, he did really, really well. It's
Yep.
really impressive. I know we got a little highlight there of everyone singing Jan happy birthday. That just mortified her, which was the best thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I made the comment to her. I was like, so are we all singing happy birthday? And she's like, no. And then Tyler does it. I'm like, yes.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. So happy belated 40th birthday, Jan.
You're gonna get shot. Sniped. Yeah. Deleted for a day.
Yeah, she's also sitting there just like, I feel a disturbance in the force.
Yeah.
She knows.
There's a rift in the force.
No, so
But yeah, okay, where were we? Sandbag?
sandbag.
Deadlift
I think
was-
that's pretty much the show, honestly. I mean,
Deadlift was deadlift.
Deadlift was deadlift. Nathan being an absolute madman and going
Yeah.
with no.
He had a plan too. He knew what he was doing.
knew.
3, 3,
Yeah.
3, and
he
then
knew.
2,
Kind of
2.
shook his hands out, let it go.
Yeah.
Again, they just strap in, man. Just strap
Just sit
in.
there,
but,
yeah.
Man,
Pound.
like, he's got the grip for it. Like,
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
not heavy for him, but
Yeah.
like to grab that smooth axle with just giving her.
I couldn't do that. There's zero chance I'm doing that.
Actually, a quick side note while I was talking about axle. Do you see what Hoth hit?
No.
He got the new Canadian axle record at like 455 double overhand.
Oh yeah, nice. No, never saw it. No.
Yeah, just good old grip sport, but
Yeah.
makes you feel like less of a man.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, 455
No,
pounds.
I'm
just-
strapped in just to get one.
Yeah, just stupidity. So good job, Tristan. Kind of a nice little warm up to his world's strongest man prep, I guess.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
Yeah, no, honestly, novice show, like I said, I think for one, I think everyone was worried about how the year was going to go without Devin.
Yep.
I'm
fair,
less
'cause-
worried now.
Yeah, because just when you know Devin, you know that he's an overthinker, overanalyzer, hates to miss on anything. Like goes back,
Yeah.
goes over the stuff, goes over it. You know what I mean? He hates mistakes,
But I think that
and
it's
that's a high bar to. It's a high bar
It
to
is.
set. You know what I mean? And I don't know.
I
feel like
do
it went well.
think though that it really shows the culture of Manitoba,
Yep.
of strongman in Manitoba, that like the Devin had built a culture of our shows run quick, be ready.
Yeah.
Because you were forced to. And now it's like, okay, like he's not around to enforce it, and
Yep.
we're still running shows in 3.5 hours with people who don't know what they're doing.
Yep.
So like Tolstoy, I think, like Tolstoy will run on schedule. MSM will run on schedule.
Yep.
I think that was a big plus. I know Dan and I were talking. We're both pretty happy how we refed it.
I'd say, yeah. I watched.
I
very
took
closely what you guys were
a
doing.
couple
and-
of reps away. There's only one where I thought, did I make a mistake there? But then I went back in my head. I'm like, no, she was locked out. And you know what I'm talking about.
I think
where
you took-
I gave her the down.
Yeah.
And then she was good. She was locked out. I gave her the down. And then she just stumbled backwards 3 steps, restabilized. I'm like, down again.
Yeah. So
I
you
was
gave
like,
her that
oh,
rep
like,
or didn't give?
I did give her the rep.
Yeah, you
but-
should
'cause,
give the
like,
rep because
I-
after you get the down command, it doesn't matter what happens.
No, but she didn't, like, she was fully good,
Yeah.
right? Then she walked backwards.
Right.
Still kept it locked out.
Yeah.
And then looked at me again. I'm like, I already gave you the
It's only
duck
one.
right?
It's not two.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not getting two.
I took away a couple
took
of
two from
reps
Darcy
for skipping
on deadlifts. Yeah, because
took
he
two
was
from
pounding
Darcy.
on too fast.
He was going too fast.
Because he went back and he counted and he texted me about it. He's like, well, I had 15. Did he take reps from me? And I watched him like, oh yeah, he took definitely. I would take 2 reps for sure.
I took 2.
Yeah.
There were a couple,
and that's the problem with when something is so light, even the log and stuff like that. It's when it's so light,
guys are
you
getting
want to
into
hold
rhythm.
yourself back. They don't know to hold themselves back.
Yeah, they were getting into rhythm.
Yeah.
And to be fair, like I was trying to let them get into rhythm, but some of them were jumping a little too quick.
Yeah.
Where I thought it was pretty much like up, down,
Yeah.
up.
In a novice show, you can let them get a rhythm. In a regular show, I won't let them get in a rhythm. I'll stop you for a second or two.
I mean, if
and
the
wait.
athlete is to me, if the bar is on the ground, they're good to go again.
But if the bar is on the ground and they're already pulling, waiting
That's different.
Yeah, they're really trying.
yeah.
If they're really trying to cut it, I'll be like, wait, just a second, and then go. You know
That's
what I mean?
usually you just break the rhythm quick. It's enough for them to realize.
And it's an open. It's a in a regular qualifier. You need to learn that because you're not going to go into nationals. You're not getting easy refs in nationals. You're not.
No.
You're also not getting light enough weight that you're going to be able to
That
do
you're
that.
gonna be in a rhythm, banging it away the
That
whole
is the
time,
difference
so.
between reffing a novice show and reffing a regular open season show. You're not going to get 15, 20 reps in a regular season show.
Well, if you
harder.
there's something wrong with the weight.
Yeah, it's harder
Something's
because you're
wrong,
counting. And we were trying to, then the last novice show, we didn't have the clicker, so we were on hands. And how many
Those
you get?
clickers were fantastic.
16? Pat would be like, no, 26. I'm like, yeah, I had no idea. I wasn't even close.
No, I know. I had so they paired us up with scorekeepers. So I had Jenna. She was just sitting there clicking away.
Yeah.
Some of the split times were too fast. Where I'm like trying to short the split time, and I've already got to start it again for the next one. Like she was able to get it.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like, ooh, like this is
For the bags.
for the bags. Yeah, the bags were
throw,
quick.
The throw, yeah.
Yeah. But I guess
for
it's
sure.
just
Yep.
the part of the sport. So it worked out okay. There was some where I was just like, okay, like, I can't keep up with this.
Were you, I didn't notice, but were you giving them the time as it crossed the plane of the bar or when it hit
As
the
across
ground?
the point of the bar.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, which is what we discussed.
Yeah, as long as everybody knows. Because then, and then in a regular super competitive one, you know not to throw the bag too far. Not to just send it, because it's a matter of when that bag hits the ground, not necessarily when it crosses the plane, right? So it's a different throw.
No, so for us, we used the plane on that one. But yeah, I think Dan said he gave one gift on the log that he thought he'd given. I don't know if you saw that
One little
or not,
one on the
but-
farmers. The guy wasn't totally across the line. I was like,
Yeah, I know you mentioned that one too.
Little cookie there. It was like 2 inches or something
Yeah,
like that. It
barely
was one of
there.
those ones where you're like, yeah. It's novice, yeah.
Yeah, so no, it was good. Very happy with it. Hopefully get to ref some more shows. I know Dan and I have already committed to reffing Strongmania. Tom's show there in July.
I thought I was down for Tolstoy. I think I'm doing Tolstoy, but
Yeah, I just don't think I can make Tolstoy work.
Yep.
So we'll see. Especially with getting sick, I just burned a bunch of PTO. So
Right.
I'd like to still get down there because I've got 2 athletes competing and one's coming from the Yukon. 3 athletes competing as a rider. But if I can't get down there, I might just have to ask you to give Tyler a lift.
I'll smack him around.
Yeah, we'll see. So hopefully it works out, but we'll see.
Well, the loading medley too. What'd you think of the loading medley? Yeah.
I wish that 250 bag was better.
Yeah. The 220 bag, the really doughy one.
It was so bad.
Yeah, it was so bad. Yeah.
I don't know where they pulled that bag from. Like
That bag needs 30 to 40 more pounds of sand.
But
in
we
it.
have bags at Iron that we could have filled, and even too, we have that one rubber one that's about 200 pounds.
Yeah.
that we
Well, I
could
brought
use,
back
right?
I brought a bunch of bags too.
Yeah,
And
so
all
it
my
was-
bags I've strategically built to be maximum capacity, not necessarily maximum weight.
Yeah.
So if I have a bag I took a 250 bag, put 225 pounds of sand in it, but halfway through I cut up a bunch of pool noodle just to take up the volume so that you don't have, I don't like doughy bags. And most shows you're going to go to, higher level shows, you're not getting doughy bags.
No, that was one nice thing at so I didn't know this when we were at nationals, but the shells we were using for the bags were 250s,
Right.
but it was
And they were loaded
bag.
heavy. Yeah. So that's what I want to do too. I have 2
That's
more
why
bags
Billy and I
left.
were so confused because we're like, these bags are small, but
Yeah.
no, they were just
Heavy.
Max and Sam had loaded the crap out of them.
So my biggest bag is 330 or 300 right now, but I want to do a 325, 330, and I think that'll be good enough for me. So I'll do like a layer of lead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
throw something in
I'll
there.
put 30 pounds of lead in it, and it comes out to what it comes out to.
Yeah, it's something heavier.
Yeah,
that you can play
something
around with.
stupid heavy. Yeah.
Is that one a 315?
That's 350. That who's fell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you have
The other
one-
one's 315. That one's 350.
Okay, so you already have a heavier bag.
Yeah. I told Tyler he could use them if he wants for the medley for MSM because I'd like to
don't.
see them used.
Use my big one.
Yeah, your big one. Yeah, that's a little bit
397
big.
or
You know.
whatever. No, it's
If you went with a
strongest
three,
man.
you don't even necessarily have to leave them on the ground. If you put them up on a box, at least everybody can move with it. Put the first one on a box.
put it on the ground.
I don't know. It's easy for you. Yeah.
Suffer.
Give you a 450-pound bag and
Hey,
put
if
it on
I
the
have to
ground.
do that show 2.5 weeks after Westerns, I don't care.
Are you doing it?
I
Still
told
in there?
Tyler it'll be a game day decision. I'd like to. There's, I think, still a point of pride of the provincial title.
Yeah.
I'm admittedly bummed out Tyler's not doing it
Yep.
because I was looking forward to the rematch, and that's really the only chance I had to compete against
But
him
at
this
least
year.
you, tongue in cheek, you got to beat the best.
Yeah,
know what I mean? And that's always- that always
to be
means a little bit more.
He won't let me discount that. I'm like, if you just grab that with someone, he's like, I needed that time. I'm like, sure, buddy. Okay, whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day,
you
we had to get
won
back
the
and
day.
forth.
Yeah, it
we
doesn't
had to get
matter.
back and forth. But it's like, would have been nice to have a rematch.
Yep. But there's not that caveat to I was sick or I was beat up from something else. You know what I mean? There's always those. I don't like those, especially if I beat if I beat somebody that's better than me. I don't want it to be. I don't want you to be beat up when I beat you. It doesn't mean as much to me. If I want to beat somebody, I want to beat them at their best.
Well, and I don't even care about that. I just care about, like, I don't want another Winkler because that was a miserable day for me.
yeah, yeah.
You know, like, I'm not taking anything away from, like, Jeremy kicked my ass fair and square.
But it'll mean more to
was,
Jeremy if he can beat you when you're at your best.
also
That's a
to
different
me,
game, you know.
I just don't want another version of that day because that was a horrible, horrible day.
You weren't even fun to be around.
No, I felt
was
sick
gonna
the
leave.
whole
I'm
way
like, wow, he's
down. I
pouty.
was puking all over the grass. I could barely eat
Well, then I gotta go
afterwards.
puke. Yeah,
Oh,
and that's
it's
not just a
terrible.
regular puke. That's not like an Iron Image training day puke.
No, that's
out
like
the back door.
retching my guts out.
Yeah,
Like,
I heard
it
you
was,
out there.
It was
I had to leave because I'm a
uncomfortable.
sympathetical puker, so I would have been right beside you.
Oh, you'd have been
hold my
right
hair.
down there.
I'm not holding your hair. You might as well hold mine.
Oh,
You got a chunk in your beard, bro.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But no, it was. So I don't want another one of those situations. Like I said, my intention is to do the show. If it comes time and I'm just something's gonna go or I feel like crap, like I will choose my
for sure,
body.
absolutely, yeah.
So I've talked to Thrones and Tyler about it. Like they're aware.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey guys, like my plan is to do the show, but like if it's not there, it's not
It
there.
happens, yeah.
Then bring in
I keep
Darwinski.
bouncing around the idea of jumping into, but I'm like, I've always wanted to, but it just never. Before, I don't know why I didn't. I just didn't for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But now that I see the events, and I'm like, oh, like yeah, I'd be decent at most of those events. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I kind of
find
want.
a
I just
keg.
want to do the big jerk.
Yeah,
I'm not even good at it, but I want to do it. You know.
Well, but that's the other thing where I'm like, okay, well, how many events am I going to train here? It's like I've got to train 8 events for Westerns, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna add the big jerk in as like an accessory to my axle.
That's what I'm
I
doing
don't
right
know,
now. I'm just
Like,
trying to figure out the split jerk because you're a natural good split jerker.
Well,
I
was taught. I was taught in high school.
The other day I was playing around. I had 245 on or something like that, and
Your
I was
position
hitting
looked good though.
it fell the fuck apart.
Oh, okay. So
That, it was good at Iron Age.
yeah, because the video you sent me, it like,
and that's
really
exactly
looked
what I
good.
thought. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm nailing this. Boom, boom, boom. I hit it, and I watched the videos after. I'm like, what is I doing? Like, my front foot was barely moving. My back foot was coming back like 6 inches. I'm like, in my head, I was nailing it. And I watched the videos. I'm like, I was not nailing it.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing for me is just like catching it high.
Yeah.
Is like don't let it rock you, right? If you
Yeah.
try to drop down, it's like no, you catch the bar where it is. You don't let it come down to you.
Yeah. If it's coming down, it's coming down.
That's the biggest.
You have to catch it while it's going up.
You're not catching 400 pounds coming down on you.
Especially if your elbows aren't fully locked. If you have any chance, you have a chance at finishing it when it's going up. But if it's coming down, you don't have a
No,
chance.
you're not. You're just not. You can maybe press it out if you're really strong.
And it's
pressing,
very much
but
timing. I got called,
it
I
is.
got called dainty.
You are dainty.
I've never been called dainty in my life.
Oh, you're what 100 pounds lighter than
He's
I
like,
am?
oh, you're so dainty. My little soft feet. I'm doing my split there, and it was really soft. He's like, you're so. I'm like, what did you just say?
Just slam it. Be
Yeah.
loud and assertive.
Scary Terry.
But-
That was fun though, working with him, the Olympic coach there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If I didn't have to work Sundays for a couple weeks here, I'd probably go and try
Yeah.
one out. But
Yeah,
I might still.
I'll go back.
after.
Well, he's off. I think 2 weeks. I don't think he's there.
Okay, well, maybe I'll
Week
go
or two. I
check
don't
it
know.
out after.
Next time he goes, I was hooked. Like that was fun.
Yeah.
It's fun when you learn something that you totally do not know how to do.
Yeah.
And
No,
there's not a lot of things that I just are completely foreign. That was one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, ollie lifting is a completely different animal,
Yeah.
and it's fun to learn. Like,
He was making
I
fun
know
of my
the basic
shoes.
stuff.
I had my Chucks.
Oh goodness,
He's
yeah.
like, what's on your feet? I'm like, I'm a strongman. This is what we wear.
Yeah, Chucks.
I said the last time I wore my Oli shoes, I blew my knee out. He's like, that wasn't your shoe that did that. I'm like, oh, I know.
Yes, it's just
Blame it on the shoe. Yeah, I
blame it on the shoe. I'm sure that works out great for you, but yeah, no, honestly, let's go back and wrap up the novice show, I guess. But like
The sandbag medley, the one sandbag.
yeah, it was.
There was a couple
floppy.
of little wipeouts that were fun.
There was a lot of there were some fun wipeouts. I found a lot of the guys and the women. You could have had that last bag if you'd relapped it.
Yeah, that's what
So
we
you
talked
got
about
all the way
before.
down. It was coming down. Stop, regather it, get it on your chest, extend
High
up.
on your chest. Yeah.
But a lot of people are just trying to like
Shoot.
jump and
Yeah.
throw. It's like, okay, well, you're shooting from down here because the bag
Yeah.
is slid down your chest.
50% of the bag was below the bar when they were shooting at
Yeah.
the top of their extension. Yeah.
Some of the people pulled it off. Some people didn't.
Big tall guys like Nathan there just dumped it over.
Yeah, it's-
no big deal.
That's
but the smaller guys.
that's our kind of event.
Oh yeah,
Right, like
Yep.
I mean, you watch me launch those bags at nationals.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah, catch 'em.
10
Yeah,
feet,
catch.
like, yeet.
Oh, I also like Nathan's bag throwing. Just grabs it like this and just fuck gone.
Yeah,
He
it works, it
no
works.
swinging whatsoever. Just a gorilla grabs it, boom.
Yeah.
He missed the first one, farted around a little bit there, and then when he got his rhythm, it was just chuck, 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 gone. See you
Always
later,
halfway
yeah.
there, right? It's
Oh
on
yeah,
me,
yeah.
So,
That's a light bag for him. He just
well, yeah, exactly.
just
And the
grab
top
it
one was
and
like
man
35 pounds, something like that.
yeah.
It was
35 pounds is a big bag for a guy like me. 40 pounds at 15 feet is my best bag.
Did you throw 45?
No, 45 I got over 14, but not 15.
Could have sworn you got 45 over 15 last
I got
summer.
50 over 14 as well.
Oh, okay.
But that extra foot just pins me. I haven't tried this year yet, but I got the apparatus.
Once
set
it
up
dries
there.
out there, I'd be curious to see.
It's
I
dry.
know
We'll
I got
start
that.
throwing.
I got that 60 last year, and I'd like to see how that happens this year. See what happens.
You bought a bag? Did you? Oh, no.
you got
My
the
bad.
60,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I'm like, I thought you bought a bag. I'm like,
No.
yeah.
You think I would
black
buy
ones.
anything other than your Temu bags?
Well, yeah, Tyler had
Alibaba.
one of the Cerberus bags. Oh, is that your bag? He says, I'm like, I can't afford that bag. That's a $200 sandbag.
All about the Temu.
Yeah, I'm all
Or
about the
Alibaba
deals.
or whichever Chinese website it is. No, they're good prices and they're good bags. So I mean, whatever.
Oh, I love
but
them,
I mean, again, thank you to Iron Image.
Yeah.
Sponsored athletes.
Sponsored athletes, Iron Image.
So obviously, always shout out to Iron Image for their involvement in our journeys. You know, giving us places to train and stuff, but also for hosting the novice show.
It's been huge for me having that space with the
Yeah.
grass for moving events and
Well,
just
just to have a
having
change of
everybody.
scenery.
Yeah, having everybody around.
Yeah,
That's,
like
like I'm
coming
used to
out.
training by myself, but
Well,
and
no,
I
even
feel
like
like
when I told you my work schedule changed there again, you're just like, I miss you. It's like,
where's my boy?
yeah, exactly. It's like, this is weird. Yeah, I enjoy the morning trainings. Like,
Yeah.
you know, now, especially now I'm getting back into being pure strongman and kind of like having to train more events. That'll be more of that. Well, I'll have to spend a lot more time at Devon's in the next couple of weeks, but we'll get to that.
Yep.
No, it's nice to have the space, and they're very welcoming to us. I mean, they shut the gym down from 9 to 4 for that show. You know, maybe a couple of members were grumbling, but whatever. Right? The gym makes
Well, there was
decisions.
ample notification. Like that app they have was awesome. I got a
is good.
notification through the app saying the gym was closed 9 to blah blah blah. And I'm like, that is wicked.
No, they're doing a really good job with it. I mean, your door access is in there.
Yep.
Once I get some strongman exercise demos filmed, I'll be putting some pre-made programs through the app there.
Okay. Can you add YouTube videos? I bet you
You
could.
can. There's just not a ton of strongman clips that are like literally just doing the exercise.
Yeah,
I'm
stuff
really like a
that.
6
'Cause
second
for
clip.
Train Heroic, the app we use for training, he can add a YouTube video of just
Yes, you
like
can
a
do
split
that.
squat.
You can do that. You
Romanian
can add a
deadlift,
link.
Yeah.
It's just that trying to find quick, concise demonstrations of strongman exercises
yeah.
isn't great. And plus, if you can have someone in your gym doing it,
Yeah.
like it's a little more
I believe
in
these
brand.
these are YouTube platform videos, but they're probably for Train Heroic because they're very.
they usually
It's
are.
literally just like the movement, nothing else. It's not like
A
a
lot like
20-minute
RP.
video. you're
RP
taking-
has that. Like
Yeah.
RP Strength. I know Mitch Hooper just did a whole bunch of them for one of his programs.
Yep. He liked my reel or last one I made there. So me and Alec were buddies.
There you go.
We're bros.
I told because we were at the Arnold and like met Mitch and talked to him. And I was telling him about like, you know, hey, I'm a pro on the Canadian circuit. He kind of goes like,
Yeah.
I'm like, a lot of us like you, dude. Like, it's fine. But so now my goal is just to befriend Mitch Hooper despite every other Canadian strongman.
And I'm gonna ride your coattails, and he's gonna be my friend too.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's so many guys have told me I can't do it. I'm like, I'm gonna befriend Mitch Hooper now.
Yeah,
Just watch.
that's how it is.
Yeah, I don't even care. I don't even Yeah, it's just
If I lose all my friends and he's my one
don't.
friend, we're good.
Yeah, people are like, I don't want to be. Oh, I hate Mitch Hooper. I'm just like, watch this.
Hold my beer.
Well, actually, so that Magnus for Magnuson qualifier out east.
Yeah.
Apparently, Lift Heavy Be Kind is doing a pretty substantial sponsorship for a bunch of the guys out there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so getting involved
So
in
then
some
there's a
circuit
chance he might
shows.
show up even.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
See if that continues through the season.
It seems like he's grown that business to a point where now he can give back.
Well, and that's the thing. Where it's like there's enough money involved now where you can start giving back to things.
Yeah. Because you can't at first. You got startup costs. Any business,
Especially
anybody
apparel.
that starts a business isn't sponsoring people in their first 2 or 3 years of business. I don't care who you are. Yeah.
No, especially apparel.
Yeah.
Apparel's a ruthless cutthroat
Yeah.
branding. So
Unless you're Mitch Hooper.
unless you're Mitch Hooper, yeah. But where were we with that
Ooh, tangent.
tangent?
Novice show. We thanked Iron Image.
Oh yeah, so yeah, just really great area we were using. I mean, we moved a bunch of machines. I thought we were gonna do it on the turf, and we ended up having the turf as
complete
kind of
opposite
warmer
end of
there.
it, yeah.
Worked out really well. It didn't have any glitches. Other than we had to swap out the farmer's handles there because it was digging up the mats.
We had some issues with the light for the live stream there. It was the camera kept. I feel like there's a setting in the camera that we need to find for, probably not even find, because the odd time we're going to have an outdoor event, you're going to have natural lighting.
Yeah.
It's not going to go back and forth from night mode to day mode to night mode. Every time somebody would walk by and a different shadow would cast on the camera,
Well, and it's also
it would
because you had
switch
the
to,
big barn door open. Right?
yeah, it's like on your iPhone when you're and also you're trying to take a picture. I'll turn it off night mode or whatever, and then all of a sudden, bang, it comes, and it just needed to stay in the one mode.
It makes things difficult, but I mean that's a learning lesson.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Thrones has got the stream down now. Now we can start working on the artistic presentation of it. Like
He's been
cameras
working
and
on the
angles.
artistic presentation though.
Oh, I know.
That
Well, I mean,
thing
like,
there,
he's
the
got-
amount of stuff he had going there, and
He's got the stream down now.
Yeah.
Now it's like, okay, start learning camera settings, start learning like that kind of stuff.
that was good. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, Becca did a great job on the camera. Like when she was manning it and that sandbag run was hard, but she did great. I
know
watched the
she
sandbag run
yelled at
and
me
I
a couple
wasn't.
times to get out of the way. So
Well, you
I mean,
are the size of a kite, so.
She did a good job. Yeah, I was blocking everything. But,
Parachute in front of the camera.
that's my bad.
Yeah, well,
so,
no, everybody was doing it. She was after everybody. That's just part of that job.
oh,
Keep
exactly.
people
And
away. Yeah.
people were respectful of it, but yeah. So I mean, had the space there. Everyone pitched in. I was like, I can't believe how clean that gym looked after.
Oh yeah.
Just mopped everything. Everything's moved already. Let's mop it. So
Yeah.
place looked great.
Yeah, right back to normal.
We had very little cleanup to do. We had no cleanup to do from the athletes. So thank you.
Yeah, that's true.
Everyone was
That
very
does happen
respectful
where
of the space.
People leave wrappers and everything.
Very
around,
little,
but-
very little chalk anywhere. Like a little bit like where the farmers was, but
Yep.
very, very clean. So very impressed with that. Thank you to everybody for that. Tyler ran a great show.
Yep.
You know, I mean, I know he was very nervous about his first show without Devin.
Yep.
And I'd say he rose to the occasion.
I'm not sure if he forgave Garrett yet for blowing his transmission there, but
No,
Garrett's
just
gonna have
had
some
to pull over
groveling.
the tranny.
Yeah. Garrett
guy.
blew his transmission. I'm like, he didn't blow his transmission. He was
Oh
fine.
no,
Yeah.
my transmission's dead.
He just didn't want to show up. He was scared.
Yeah, he goes, I hate you guys.
I was gonna call him a fatty anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and Garrett, you know you have to, when you put your heavy load into the vehicle, you have to turn it to tow haul.
That's probably what he did.
You're
He
just
didn't-
too fat.
That's
you
why he
didn't
blew his
turn it to tow
tranny.
haul. That's how
Yeah.
you blew the tranny out.
Yeah.
You
Wagon
should know
wheels are
better.
too heavy for him to deadlift, and they're too heavy for his truck to haul.
Yeah.
Might as well just sell him.
I was saying he's too heavy for the truck to haul.
He's this fat ass.
But also, overall, really, really good show. Really happy with it. I don't know if we'll host it again next year or if Devin wants to take it back, however that's going to work. But
Wherever. That was
very,
great,
very good turnout. And it seems like we got a pretty decent carry through to the rest of the season.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I see some names on that list that were from the knowledge show.
over there. There were a couple I expected to see, like Tyler's cam there. I expected to see him
for sure.
signed up.
Yeah, that was the primer show.
Yeah, kind of like how I did it last year.
Well, there's people that are passionate about it, and that's their entry show, and there are people that are like, "What is this?"
And that's what I love about those novice shows, that like you get people who are going to come in and do it, and they're going to compete for years. You get people who are just like, I'm curious.
Yeah,
You know?
just want to try it, and some people hate it, like Jan.
Yeah, some people try it once and they never do
They
it
just
again.
hate it. Yeah. How was it? I hate it.
Well,
Ladanian
Candace,
too. He hated it.
Candace hated it.
Yeah, Candace hated it. Yeah.
So I mean, it's nothing.
I see
I
Jenna's
always
name
said-
on the list, so she.
Well, Jenna competed all year last year,
Yeah,
didn't she?
no, I'm
so,
just
yeah,
saying.
it's,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
She really seems to like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's always around. That's great.
But
Is that a really good crew
that's okay
of
though,
helpers.
because if Candace isn't competing, she can feed us cookies.
Yeah, that's true.
It's good cookies.
Great cookies, yeah. I don't know who made the cupcakes Jan had, but those were good too.
I think it was Candace and Jenna.
That's probably sounds about right.
Yeah, they were very, very good cupcakes. Yeah, those were really good cupcakes.
Yep. No, they're good people. I like them. Okay. Everybody, all the volunteers were great. Michelle was there. We were laughing watching on the live stream, and just watching her struggle with the bags. The guys would grab one bag and run it back, and then watch her struggle with all three. She's fighting with these bags. I was sitting there watching the live, and I'm just giggling to myself, watching all these big guys stand around and watch her just fight. The whole place is waiting for her.
To be fair, would you have the audacity to try to intervene when Michelle was in the
100%
middle
she would
trying
yell
to
at
do
me.
something?
Yeah.
She would kill
She yells
you.
at me for less than that.
Yes, I'm aware. She would kill you instantly.
I just thought it was great. I was giggling. I was teasing her.
Hilarious. Everyone's just too scared to offer her help. That's the thing.
That's true.
It's like don't offer that. Like she'll will
fight
not
you.
take it.
She will fight you.
Yeah, well, yeah, she'll punch you. So, I think that was more that part of it. But yeah, man, just a really good show.
Yep.
I'm really, really happy with that. Tells me the season's gonna go good. Mm-hmm. But
Well organized. The table, check-in table, everything was legit.
yeah, no, it was really good. Really, really happy. The sandbag. Tyler, next time you make a sandbag podium, don't use the sloppy one for the. I was
Just get rid of that bag, Tyler.
Just kill it. Burn it with
Unless
fire.
you hate people, get rid of that bag. If you have a client that you hate, just give them that bag here. Put over a 60-inch bar here.
I think we have rubber crumb at Iron Image. I'm sure Tom would loan you some. Just please.
I got some
please
pool noodle
fix
left
that
over.
bag.
I don't even think a pool noodle would help.
No,
I think it's just
no.
too empty. It needs 30 to 40 pounds more of sand to start. And then you check dead.
It's threadbare. It's just burn it. We will get you a new Timu bag.
He was giggling about it. He's like, it was a gift. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, re-gift it, Tyler.
Yeah, re-gift it. Well, and it was funny because my bags, like I said, how I do them, the girls' run had two bags that were 125 pounds. One was significantly smaller than the other one because mine's a 150-pound bag with 125 pounds in it. So as soon as they went to my bag, I could see it was just so much bigger. You know what I mean?
It was a huge bag. Yeah. That little pancake one, just full of lead.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you had all the different spectrums there. Yeah.
that's fine. Because again, that's a manageable weight, and I think it was.
And you never know what you're going to get in a strongman competition. Are you going to get a tight bag or a doughy bag?
Yeah, I think it was good exposure to everyone for the future of the show. So. Overall, very successful novice show.
Anybody I talked to was smiling and laughing, so
it was a great time. I hope to see everyone back, and hopefully more people sign up for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's be friends.
Exactly. So I think registration's closed now for Tolstoy. That's at 50 people. Next one
Unless
after
you
that
throw
is
in an
Strong
extra
Mania.
$40, I think you could probably get in.
You probably sneak in. If not, the Strong Mania in July. I have to double check the date.
And I talked to Tom. We are throwing live catfish
Fantastic.
in a bucket. You have to catch it first, like noodling.
Yeah.
And then you humchuck that thing.
So you chuck into the river,
Yeah.
get your catfish, and then you gotta throw the
That's
thing.
right, yeah.
Love it. So
gonna be great.
You heard it here first.
No soap.
Honestly, man, with the way Tom thinks sometimes,
I wouldn't put it past
I wouldn't put it past him. If there's a way he can chuck live catfish, he will throw live catfish.
him. Yeah, we'll have all the environmentalists.
I have an idea of how he's doing it because I'd kind of jokingly suggested something to him.
Right.
So I have an idea of how he's going to do it, I think,
fun,
but we'll find out. I know a couple things he's got planned for that show, and you're all in trouble. Yeah. I'll be involved in the equipment testing to make sure that he doesn't murder anybody, but he has in trouble. So, bigger show, though, I know he's in talks to get it done either at the rodeo grounds or along the waterfront because I guess during rodeo weekend.
Okay.
So hopefully...
Somebody's throwing something in the river.
Yeah, exactly. No, it'll be a really good show. Tom's a showman. Tom knows how to organize things.
Yep.
It will be a very good show.
I agree. Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
I'm excited for that one. Yeah.
I'm excited for them
I'm
all.
sad I can't do it,
Yeah.
but we'll see. So, and then coming up this
You
week.
can do it as
for
a
me-
120.
Speaking of Tom.
Got to cut a couple pounds.
Also true. I don't think I make 120.
You'd make 120 either. You'd die.
But speaking of Tom, he's also doing Keystone this weekend with me.
Is he jumped in?
Yeah, he got did you know this like a month ago? They were like, hey, someone,
No, I
David
thought-
Bandman guy.
Because I know he was up for vote.
So the vote, and then they had the reserve lifters.
Right.
So the vote, Ryan Delane got in, and then someone had an injury. So then Selmar got brought up.
Okay.
And then they had another injury, which I believe was David Bandman. He's at Ryan Fraser's gym there.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah,
And I think he hurt his back.
Right.
So then Tom hopped in on short notice there.
Nice.
So
Was he
on-
training for it at all? Like as a reserve, would you train for it? I don't know. Every time I see him, he's doing Olympic lifting.
He hadn't been able to back squat for like 4 weeks when I called him up, and he's like, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. And I was like, just do it. He's like, all right, I'll do it.
So now I got to come for sure now.
Yeah, now you're definitely gonna come.
Is somebody getting me a free ticket or what? I tried to volunteer.
You probably can get a free ticket. I think
you get me a free ticket?
I don't get free tickets.
What?
But because the gym is sponsoring it, I think Tom has some tickets.
Okay, get
so
Tom to get
this
us
is
too.
Tom. Hook Gordy
Tommy,
up here.
hook me up. I want to go watch my friends.
Shelby paid for hers.
Did she?
I know who supports me.
She's a. I would, but I got to try my avenues first. Okay?
I know. You gotta milk the streams.
I tried to get in for free by helping. I'm like, I'll trade my labor just to save the money.
Oh my goodness.
They didn't have room for spotting and loading, so
Whatever.
they ended up having for the night before and the night after. But it's Easter, so we can't. There's too much going on. So that was our window of being able to help there.
Yeah, right there.
So,
You tried.
Nah, there's whatever. You, Candace, Tom,
Me,
those are the
Candace,
three I care
Tom,
about, so-
Ladanian.
Oh yeah, Ladanian too. Yep.
So it'll be good. I mean, I'm a little bummed out because I got so sick last week. I hope it didn't really screw with anything. I'm still just like hacking up the leftover phlegm as I go.
I've been hacking up just a little bit, like my throat. I feel like my voice is a little bit weird. I don't know. But.
I mean, I'm still confident I will total 900 kilos plus, but it'll just be a matter of like how much.
Yep.
Overdid it with that 385 for 7 RP or AMRAP bench, that 1 week.
Yep.
And just my elbows just killing me.
Yeah,
So I couldn't really get any good. I still hit 205 super smooth. So
Yep.
I'm going to probably try to open around there. See if Guy lets me do that.
Yep.
But basically my opener for everything will be my 3rd attempts from provincials last year.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Ish. So
there's a bit of carryover from strongman.
a little bit of carryover. Probably also the 30 pounds that I gained.
Yeah.
So 20 pounds ish. But it was funny because
I'm trying 20 pounds on right now, and it's just not going good for me.
no, you just look fat.
I'm just too fat.
Also,
yeah.
but Dino and Tommy did their Manitoba Power Pod with their prediction video there.
Okay.
And I love you boys, but you have no idea how strongman works.
Did they talk about strongman?
Well, they were saying about how there's some dark horses that have competed, and I'm one of them. And they're like, I've just been with strongman. It's like, let's see if he's like, because, his body weight should be there somewhere. I'm just like, there's no body weight, guys. We don't weigh in. I'm an open class.
Yeah.
So
Once you're over 265 pounds, you don't weigh in.
So I just messaged them. I was like, I'm about 150 kilos. Here's the stuff. So they were thinking about maybe doing a crossover. So I don't know. We'll figure out the mics somehow, whatever. But just kind of educate them a little bit on strongman.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So I give them a little bit of a rundown, but I'm like, yep, absolutely be down to do that. Just talk about it to more people.
Yeah.
Dino just was like, yeah, he's gonna total 900, like whatever. I'm
yeah.
Like, okay, fair. But they went and dug up my old sub junior numbers.
Right.
How many kilos do you think I've put on my total since 2015?
Well, you were strong. Like I feel like in the first show, you were like sub junior. So
I was a sub junior.
Yeah.
At 108 kilo body weight.
Right.
So how
you
many?
probably
How
had
many
400
kilos
total.
Yeah, I've added 280 kilos to my total since 2015.
That's not too shabby, yeah.
And Tommy said, he's like, what happened? Dino's like, he hit puberty. I'm like, that's exactly what happened.
Exactly what happened, yeah.
So, it's like
tall, skinny boy to a thick boy.
24-point GL increase, and I've added.
But you weren't always big. Like you were.
I was small.
Yeah. But even like a couple years ago, you were still pretty thin. Like not thin. Low body fat.
I trimmed down quite a bit during COVID.
Right.
I got down to 255, and I did.
That's insane.
I had abs at 260.
I can't even picture you at 255.
I had abs at 260. But I did Westerns 2021 just because it was in BC as a 120. I did Provincials 2021 at Iron Image as a 120.
Right.
And then...
Yeah, 120 is 265, 264, 267?
264.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I was lean. But it was more just like, it was COVID. Couldn't really do anything.
Yep.
So I was
Buy
working a whole
giant
bunch.
kettlebells and...
A lot of stairs. I was running a lot. I could run... My best 5K was like sub 23 minutes. Take that, Garrett.
We're going to have a race now?
I'm fast. I'm speedy.
I'm still fast. Fuck boy. Fast as fuck boy.
I'll still outrun you all. I don't care. Let's get in a pool. See how fast I can swim.
I'm surprised that guy hasn't died yet of a heart attack. Running every day.
We'll hope not.
We definitely hope not.
Definitely hope
I do
not.
like Garrett.
Yes, he's a good guy. Blowing trannies.
Yeah, blowing trannies and all. You blow one tranny.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you are forever.
Yeah, you can lay drywall all your life. They never call you a drywaller.
Yeah. Introducing Garrett, the tranny blower. That's his nickname now. Hopefully
We gotta get him a walk-in song or something.
Exactly.
The one guy in Strongman that gets a walk-in
one
song.
guy gets a walk-in, and it's not for a good reason.
For pure bullying.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't know. It should be a fun weekend. Honestly, if Ladanian puts some meat together, he will win. He should win. He went 4 for 9 to provincials. There's zero reason.
Is it again the same coefficient on
Same
your...
coefficient idea. So he gets
like that,
a high coefficient. I like it. Helps me. Actually, they improved it now, so the top seeds get more help.
So it's not about GL points.
It is.
Overall GL points?
So it's your improvement from last year to this year still.
I'm not a fan of that.
But they've balanced it more where the higher your GLs, you get a better coefficient.
Okay.
Whereas last year it was more even across the field, and the top people just couldn't improve.
Okay. Well, especially when you had a good meet at provincials. If you had a good meet at provincials,
I went 9 for 9 at provincials.
Yeah,
And
you had
my
a good
only
meet.
saving grace is that I had a lot left in the tank on that deadlift.
Right.
That was the only saving grace.
Right.
So,
But if it came down to true GL points, one would say you probably would win. Maybe. Yeah.
this meet, if it came down to total, yeah.
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 I would probably win.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Ladanian being the dark horse, if he manages to put together 6 for 9 even, he'll win. Just point blank. He had a terrible meet, he'll win. Same thing with like Selmar. It's like he had a terrible weight cut, really performed horribly at provincials. Like,
Yep.
it's one of those things where it's like you assume that the people who are getting these higher GL points are not having bad meets like that.
Yep.
But I mean, Ladanian's a freak.
Yeah.
He's a 100 GL point lifter if he just puts a meet together. Salmar, like I said, but he even got in with like a GL of like 82 or something like that.
Right.
So it's like, well, when you have GLs in the low 80s, like you just have a bad meet.
Yep.
If someone shows up with a good meet, well, it happens, right?
Yeah.
So
And the
it'll be interesting to
differential
see.
between
Like I said, I still think I'll bet on myself all the time. See what happens, but I'd like to walk out on top.
Yeah.
So
Put some cash in the pocket.
that'd be good. Cash in the pocket and a big total.
Yep.
So,
Big old total.
Yeah.
And then I'm out. Mic drop.
yeah, exactly. I'm out for
Till the next time. Till the next money meet comes up.
Honestly, I said if I win and they invite me back next year, I'd probably do it. Otherwise, it's probably my last powerlifting meet.
Yeah.
For the foreseeable future. I just gotta take a break.
Until the bug comes back. That bug that's been there that long, I don't think you can just shut it
Bug
off.
bites me. I will say I am much more partial to strongman. And
And if you'd have started a couple years ago when I told you to.
Yeah, exactly. But the other thing too is I was strongman. Like, I'm still weak enough generally that I kind of still have to train like a power lifter.
Yeah.
I still have to get my squat up. I still have to get
overhead,
my deadlift
your
up,
deadlift,
and just overhead in general. And I mean, hey,
especially when you're at your level. If you're at a more amateur level, then you're fine. But you
but
want
also
to chase those bigger
people
guys.
are talking crap about bench pressing and strongman, but now all of a sudden everyone's worried about Brian Shaw's standing chest press.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if you guys trained some bench here and there.
Joss posted that one of bench pressing the ATV. She's like, yeah, bench pressing in strongman isn't fun, but bench pressing in ATV is pretty cool.
It is fun. And like, honestly, there's no difference between laying there or
Standing.
Yeah, like it's still cool. It's about the implement.
Oh,
I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
I have no issue with it.
I love benching,
Yeah. So
everybody asks how much you bench. Nobody asks how much you stone.
exactly. Which is unfortunate because it'd be better for me.
Because it would be better, yeah. It's a lot more. It's a lot more exciting.
Yeah, well, it's just the other thing for me with stones is I don't know if that lead connection is going to pull through.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's
we'll try this with this tire weights and we'll see how that goes. And
Yeah.
I can get more. I got tire.
I got to get that.
I can get a couple
mold
hundred
still
pounds
from
I'm sure.
Devon because I would like to make a 450 because then after Keystone this weekend, it's rolling right into Westerns probably.
Is there a stone in Westerns?
Very heavy stone.
Okay.
It's a manhood stone.
manhood stone. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it kind of sucks because now Jeffers is pulled out.
Oh yeah.
I get it. Like, he's had a kid coming. He had to take a ton of time off work for that surgery recovery, and it went longer than he thought.
Right.
So, like, I get it.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't seen him post anything lately, really, for training wise.
Just been training for maybe the last month now.
Yep.
So it's like, but he went like I know like 10 or 12 weeks after OSG of just no training period.
Right.
I know he gained quite a bit of weight. He wasn't too happy about that. I think he got up to like almost 350 or something like that.
Oof.
So we got,
That's hard when you're working that much and your diet is what your diet is. Then you stop
and you
the
just
work.
stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I know just between like work and the baby on the way and everything else, he's kind of like, it's just not on the cards this year. Which honestly, totally fair. I mean, focus on North Americans. I think Tyler's doing the same thing. It's the right decision, right? Like it's the right decision. That's a high level competition. There's an opportunity now to qualify for SMO. Through North Americans.
It just goes to show too, the more you do a sport and the more years that go by, the more you learn, right? So I feel like a big learning one for everyone this year was not to do as many shows as you can. Because nobody ever talked about that before.
No,
it was always do as many as you can.
was really the first one to come in and start.
He was, and it spread like wildfire because it works.
Success, right?
Yeah, it works.
It does work. Yeah. I mean, like, I know that we have the Canadian thing of like JF did 20 shows a year and like respect, but also JF is JF is one of the greatest strength athletes to ever do the thing.
Yeah,
and I mean, if he'd done less shows, would he have won World's Strongest Man? Probably.
Yep.
Guy's a monster.
His longevity was alone.
It was longevity with competing that often.
And he still pulls was he pulling 800 still?
Still pulling 765 for reps and squatting 650 for 10. Like, just makes no sense. The guy's just too strong.
Yeah.
So as much as there was that, exactly. Like as much as there is that mentality of like compete often, like we have some really talented guys here in Canada.
Yep.
And I think if they're going to put their best foot forward, they need to compete less.
Yeah.
Like,
and focus harder on, just because you're changing up events so much. I found my better shows were shows that I could prep longer for those specific events.
Or even just have a general strength block with an event.
For sure.
Right? If you just train log for 6 weeks, that's going to be good for you. So.
And if you train it with intent, you train it with the intent of getting better at it, or do you just train it just for doing it? It's totally different.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, I don't know. I'm happy to see guys competing less. I think it's good. We'll see how it pans out, but it does kind of... So as it stands right now, I think Colton's the only person from the podium returning. For Westerns this year.
Okay. Yep.
Because it sounds like Sean's bicep is all dinged up.
Right.
So he's thinking, well, I'm not going to fly over to Alberta just for that. Jeffers is out. Right. So really, Colton's the only one left, and even Colton's not at 100% health because of his bicep.
Yeah. So that leaves some spots open for some guys to shine.
Which does, but I was saying it's like, let's just say I get on the podium, I sneak my way on there. Okay. It cheapens CSM quite a bit.
Yeah, it does, but
right. And I'd still go.
100%.
But it's kind of like
you'd be silly not to yet.
Yeah, but it's kind of like, should Jeffers and Hoth and these guys not be at CSM? I know Hoth gets a bye to it because of Worlds.
Yep.
But I'm like, but if a bye at Worlds gets it, then I feel like North Americans should also get a bye.
Yeah. There should be probably a few buys in there. OSG, like podium at OSG for a Canadian.
You already get enough if you podium at OSG. Yeah. You had enough. You had enough.
You get higher invites, but you don't get a lower one?
Yeah, you get enough. CSM is higher than OSG.
You'll say that until you podium at OSG, and then you'd be like, why didn't I get it?
Yeah, exactly.
You change the rules whenever it suits you.
Whenever it's convenient. Yeah, what can I say? But yeah, one of those things where if I get onto the podium there and get to CSM, it would be kind of...
Be wild. Yep.
It would cheapen it to me, knowing the best guys weren't there. You know, like, I mean... Sam Risling is looking freakishly strong right now. On a couple events. So we'll see how he does with some of the more not Sam suited events.
Right. Yep.
But I mean, he's coming down not this weekend, obviously the weekend after.
Yep.
He's gonna come down, stay at my place for a bit and get some training in.
Yep.
Head down to Devon's and try to do some event specific stuff.
Yep.
So it'll be fun. Have Sam out, and then after that, it's pretty much just...
Well, even guys like Josh. Josh was coming out of nowhere with his Alberta Strongest Man there.
Yeah,
he had Josh. Quite a show there.
I don't know what he's been doing differently.
He's got something in his water.
I really don't know what he's doing differently.
Well, his wife's got him training again because she's done baby stuff now, so she's pushing him
now.
She's making him go harder.
I
was impressive. He had a really good showing there.
No, and I love Josh. He's such a good dude. So it's like... I like to see him doing well. I'll be curious to know how he does with that because Jocelyn O'Brien tried to clean it. Did you see that?
No.
Check her Instagram.
Okay.
It's
how much does it weigh? 180?
It's 200.
Is it 200? Okay.
But it's about the length of her torso.
Yeah, and it's got no bell. Like it's just a big chunk of steel. There's no bell to.
I'm gonna have to change my technique for that one. I think. Yeah, nuts. That dumbbell's
Yeah, you
nasty.
press more like me, elbow forward.
Well, because you taught me.
Yeah,
So
that's
I'm
how
more
Josh
elbow
Josh does it too.
Yeah,
He's
but it's
one of the best
so
dumbbellers.
long. I think I might have to go with more the Haddon route
Haddon
of
style,
kind of turning
yeah.
behind it, which is
Just,
fine.
Yeah, make sure you know that, because that's a shoulder blower if you don't. You know what I mean? Because Dan presses like that, but Dan knows how to press like that.
Dan does but he doesn't catch it.
He's very far back.
But he doesn't catch it like Haddon does. Like
No.
he does the whole bent press thing, which
Yeah.
is wild to me. I don't know how he does that with the hip shift.
Yep. Yeah, he catches it low and then stands it up like a Hooper style.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Just a little more technical.
Hooper racks a little bit more forward. He racks a little. It's like everybody's just got their own.
Everyone's all
it's your
over the
body
place.
type, right?
At the end of the day, rack it where it's stable,
100%.
dip down,
Yeah.
throw it up, catch it.
People are trying to force a rack position that's not meant for their body type or their mobility. People are like, well, you have to hold it like that. No, you don't have to hold it like that. You have to
there's no
hold it
right
how you can
answers.
hold it, you know?
Hold it where you can have it stable.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. It'll be a good show, but yeah, busy couple months coming up, and then kind of we both get well, I guess you got to qualify for OSG again, right?
Yeah.
So you have a busy summer ahead.
Yeah.
I kind of, after Western/MSM, I just have nothing.
Yeah.
I might do Gimli again if Magnus lets me back in.
Yep.
Just because it was fun, but it wouldn't be like I wouldn't be training for it. It'd be more of like I'm a local pro filler kind of thing.
Yeah.
Down the line, I'd love to train for that show and try to win that show, but
Which
I
one?
think
Magnus.
Gimli.
Yeah.
But with the way that this year's working out, I don't think that's in the cards to give another prep for that show.
Yep.
Especially with having to learn deadlift suit for OSG, buy a deadlift suit.
Yep.
There will be a lot on my plate already.
Right.
I've got half of mine to see if I can defer my OSG and invite another year.
Yep.
But this year kind of thing and kind of get an idea where I'm at.
Yeah.
I'll go back to the Arnold again next year.
Yep.
Because free admission. And then
OSG is a different experience. Like the Arnold's was a big experience, but OSG was different. It was more grandiose. You know what I mean? A little more intimidating. Maybe it was just more intimidating because it was my first.
Well, maybe because
world-class show.
the only thing there is strongman.
Yeah.
Arnold, it's like a strongman, but it's like tucked away in the corner.
Yeah, and you are in a
people
bowl.
care more about young LA.
You are the only one there, and everybody is watching. You are on the jumbotron. You're on the jumbotron before you go out. Like there's a whole production to it that's intimidating.
Well, I think that's the biggest thing. Is it's just a different level of show. So
yeah, I would love to redo that show with the confidence I have now on a bigger stage, because I think I would definitely do better.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, but
you've also just gotten stronger.
Oh yeah,
Like, the OSG lit a fire in you.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No, it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
that's bad. Well, on that message of fun, we're over an hour. I think we'll stop there.
Yeah, we still have a lot to talk about, so we're gonna hit another.
I know
next
we're gonna
week.
hit another episode. We'll be back to more regular uploads now that I'm not dying and Gord's not dying. And, well, we're all dying every day.
Oh, I got
Life
the
is
sun right in
short.
my face now.
Ooh,
I'm gonna get a tan.
that basking.
That's a sign. That's a sign we gotta shut it down.
Exactly. We gotta go enjoy
The
the
sun
sun
just
while
told
it's
us, the
still
world.
out. The world is speaking to us. Nature. David
Right on.
Attenborough.
I guess what's up this weekend? Keystone this weekend.
Keystone this weekend, and then
Tolstoy the next.
Tolstoy is
Couple weeks, I think. Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks after that.
Yeah. May.
Yeah. So busy month ahead.
Yep.
So stay tuned.
back.
We'll be back.
Yeah,
Till next
baby.
time.
Love you long time.